Tracer versus Scout.
Oh,
This has been highly debated on who's faster, who's better. Okay. Team Fortress 2, almost 10 years old.
Oh yeah,
Still. Go ahead.
This is going to be a meme for the ages. Like 50 years from now, they're still going to be like Tracer versus Scout.
yeah.
Pretty much. Well, it's
Joker
going to be
and Batman.
hotly debated I think it's going to be hotly debated forever.
Yep.
But considering the fandom that both of these games have, well, okay, Team Fortress 2 has had this fandom for 10 years, and Overwatch has recently gained its fandom.
Yep.
Because, well, Overwatch is a great game. Both these games are tremendous. Team Fortress 2, for still being 10 years old, is still ultra competitive.
Oh yeah.
It's still diverse with its character set, even though the character set hasn't changed.
Yeah.
They haven't really added anything new in.
I mean, they've added some new weapons and such, but
Yeah, new weapons and shit ton of hats.
I mean, it's America's #1 war-themed hat simulator.
Well, there you go. And also the fandom, the fan art, and also the fan animations, and Source Filmmaker.
Oh yeah.
The stuff we've seen, like Battle for Sawmill, Rise of the Super Scout, and the Rabid Heavy Taming Engineer.
Yep.
I mean, those are tremendous. And now Overwatch. Overwatch had some. Well, Overwatch has had its issues, especially in pre-release. With the whole Tracer posing in.
Oh Lord.
Which is complete and total.
That was stupid.
Complete and total. Yeah. Honestly, dude, if that is your #1 complaint, it's not the default. People can choose what they want it to be. Your daughter doesn't have to choose that. I mean, oh God, it's a whole debate for a whole other thing.
Anyway.
But okay,
It's a stupid debate.
it is.
I feel like Sam Jackson, the Avengers.
God.
Give it as
Okay, but
It is a stupid
Tracer
decision. I have chosen to ignore it.
Tracer versus Scout. There's been JT Machinima rap battle. There's been some fan animations, I believe.
Yep.
There's been several that. I mean, honestly, we even had the team battle from VGRB.
Yep.
So this here from Screw Attack, whom we all know for Death Battle, has thrown their hat into the foray, and well, gentlemen, shall we see what they have to say?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
This channel needs way more subscribers.
Well, it's got 3 million. I mean, they're doing good, but they can always use more.
Like,
To
this
be
needs, like,
the
Thanos
elite,
level
you
of
must
subscribers.
surround yourself
I
with
think
the
so,
best
too.
of the best. Whether you band together to save the world or just a worthless plot of land.
Yep.
And every good team needs a good hit and runner.
Like Tracer, the spunky agent of Overwatch.
And the Scout, the Boston-born merc of Team Fortress. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who
Ah,
would
the old
win
soda
a
popper.
death battle. 30 years from the present, mankind would become careless. Their machine servants rose up to fight for freedom, and so began a worldwide war.
But one organization stood between world peace and total chaos. Overwatch, a team consisting of the world's greatest scientists, cyborgs, ninjas, cowboys, and pilots.
Including Lena Oxton, codenamed Tracer. The youngest pilot ever inducted into Overwatch's flight program, Tracer is a free-spirited and fearless flying ace, always laughing in the face of danger.
After helping to secure world peace, no big deal, right? She was chosen to test a new prototype fighter jet, which could teleport.
But then everything went horribly wrong.
As it does.
Instead of teleporting from point A to B, the fighter jet accidentally transported her through time.
How do you accidentally create a time machine and put it in a fighter jet?
A word to the wise, this is why you use animals before moving to human trials, like I always do. Anyway, Tracer essentially existed as a ghost, uncontrollably phasing in and out of time.
Yep.
It looked like Overwatch's prized pilot would be decommissioned forever.
Until her teammate, good friend, and gorilla scientist Winston made a special techno doohickey to keep her locked in the present.
This chronal accelerator doesn't just anchor Tracer's time displacement, it also gives her 2 different ways to manipulate her own time flow. In a near instant, she can zoom approximately 23 feet away. This blink ability is not true teleportation, but instead speeds up time only for Tracer while propelling her in any given direction.
What?
She can briefly jump herself forward in time, though from an outside view it looks like a blur.
Got it.
Yeah.
More than that, she can also reverse time
Like
for
Corvo.
herself with the recall
Yep.
ability, which returns Tracer's health and spatial position back to where they were a few seconds before. While usually recall only turns back 3 seconds, in some instances she's gone as far back as 15.
Well, thank God her weapons aren't as confusing as that shit. She carries dual rapid-fire pulse pistols as her primary pain dispensers. Each can empty 20 rounds in a single second.
But what the pulse pistols have in power, they sorely lack in range and accuracy.
Good thing she also has her pulse bombs. I'll put it this way, pretty much anybody she sticks this thing to has exactly 2 seconds to make their peace before going to the big capture point in the sky.
Tracer maximizes her unique weaponry with hit-and-run tactics, frustrating her enemies and making her very
Wait,
difficult
so
to
was
pin
she
down.
placing the pulse
Yeah,
bomb
in
and then
addition to
recalling?
blinking and recalling
Yeah.
all over the place, she can jump
pulse bomb doesn't
15
recall
feet
with
in the
it.
air.
Because
Just
she's
She's
separated.
disarmed the
Yeah.
highly trained and literally
See, anything
cold-blooded
that is
assassin
within contact
Widowmaker,
of her,
protected the
that she's
Doomfist
holding,
gauntlet from
it
theft,
recalls
and
with
even
her.
once avoided
Even
a
her
sniper
ammo,
shot
even her
from
guns.
just 30 feet away. A sniper round usually travels almost 1,800 miles per hour when fired, meaning Tracer had to react within 1/100th of a second.
Unfortunately, that bullet found another target.
I think she was really counting on Tracer to dodge
Ah, rest in peace, Robot Gandhi.
Although Tracer
Robot
is a
Gandhi.
Robot
slippery
Gandhi.
opponent on the battlefield, her chronal accelerator
Goodbye.
has its limits. If used too many times in succession, it can overheat, forcing Tracer to wait for a recharge. As her pistols are linked to the accelerator, this can sometimes cause them to overload as well.
Plus, she's a pilot first, and not exactly a crack shot while on foot. If she doesn't get in close, she's not hitting anything but air.
In
Yep.
spite of that, Tracer doesn't let any of it get her down. Wherever there's danger, she'll be there in a blink of an eye with a cocky smile and a barrage of bullets.
Wait, whatever happened to that time-warping fighter jet?
I don't know.
Don't worry, loves. Cavalry's here.
Kids.
In the year 1850, an extremely wealthy
days.
entrepreneur passed away, leaving his family land and business to his 2 sons.
Plutarch and Red.
But like brothers are prone to do, they ended up fighting over each other's land right off the bat.
Yep.
This went on for decades, and then the brothers began recruiting mercenaries to literally wage war.
Yep.
And that's when things
Hey,
really
Saxon
got out of
Rail.
control.
The
Each
best.
hired gun contributed with their own specialized expertise.
The sniper killed from afar, the engineer slaughtered with machines, and the heavy mowed people down with the biggest goddamn gun they'd ever seen.
Yep.
What kind of sandwiches were they feeding that guy?
But one every man only relied on his
Baloney.
cunning, his 2 feet, and a baseball bat. This was the Scout. Born in Boston, Massachusetts in the
were feeding
1950s,
The
the mercenary
Manwich.
only known as
There you go.
Scout was the
Youngest
runt
of 8
among
boys.
7
Yep.
older brothers.
And all of them loved to wander the town looking for a good fight. Problem was, Scout's brothers were so big and tough, the fights would be over before he could get the chance to throw his own punches.
Desperate to fight alongside his siblings, Scout realized that what he lacked in strength, he could make up for in speed.
So he started running, and running, and running until one day he was fast enough to not only keep up, but get ahead.
Speed was his moniker, delivering pain was his game, and somewhere along the way, he even learned how to jump off of thin air. Suddenly, the pathetic runt of the pack
man, that's
became the
beautiful.
smart-mouthed terror of Boston.
Grass grows, birds fly, sun shines, and brother, I hurt people.
The only thing he was lacking was discipline, which he could get in the military, but that didn't sound like any fun, so he became a mercenary instead. Scout travels light, relying on a lovely shotgun and a baseball bat.
Bonk,
Yes,
the
a
flying
baseball
idiot.
bat. This guy is crazy enough to try and take out a rocket launcher wielding soldier with a pop fly.
Which
Yep.
surprisingly works. Opponents are stunned by the size of his balls, both
Bonk.
literally and figuratively, leaving them open for Scout to race up and finish them off with his guns.
Yep.
Well, he's got a pistol for pinpoint accuracy. Scout's favorite tools for killing are definitely shotguns. The scatter gun is a confusing miracle of shotgun engineering that can somehow hold 6 shots in a double barrel and is reloaded
it's-
via
it's got the
divine
cylinder,
intervention when you pull its
Yep.
lever. It's like the baby of a
does it fire
shotgun
2
rifle
shots
and a
at once?
revolver.
No.
But his most powerful gun is the force of nature. A shotgun
Yeah.
that only has 2 shots,
from
but
where he
kicks
was
so
from?
hard it
He
can boost
dead.
him even higher into the air.
Woo! Regardless, a well-placed shot can quickly take down almost any other mercenary. To make the force of nature even more ridiculous, he can strap a can of energy drink called Bonk Atomic Punch to it, which somehow
it
gives him
the soda
5 more
pop.
midair jumps.
That's right. This guy flies with shotguns. But that's not all the soda has to offer. With just a simple bonk, Scout becomes totally
like this
invincible for 8
inspired some
seconds.
of,
But he
the
can't use any of
Maybe.
his guns at that
Probably.
time.
Probably due to the shakes. Bonk contains several hundred times
Yep.
the daily recommended sugar intake. An adult male's suggested daily dosage is 25 grams, meaning Bonk contains, at minimum, 11 pounds of sugar. So much sugar,
Can't
he
dissolve that
can't
much
take
in-
another drink for at least 20 seconds.
Not really.
And on top of that, it's
Full of
radioactive.
radiation.
You gotta have one tough body to handle that stuff. Tough enough to
true.
survive the onslaught of 3 rockets at once, or to swing a baseball bat hard enough to send a guy flying 80 feet away.
Possibly due to long-term Bonk exposure, but testing is still out.
Well, man,
Scout
that's
can
beautiful.
defeat foes as strong as the heavy in close quarters combat. Run 17 miles an hour for long periods of time, and even kill a bear with nothing but a hot dog
Best
suit
at
and
hitting
Amelia
bears.
Earhart skeleton.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
He has a knack for avoiding bullets, missiles, and even tentacles from a bread monster,
Yeah, don't
but
ask.
at the cost of wearing little to no armor, making him a glass cannon. And true to his reckless, unrestrained personality, Scout often runs headfirst into battle, regardless of the risk.
But if you want to take down the Scout, you're gonna have to catch him before he catches you. And that means you too, ladies.
That's right, Fancy Pants, myself. So why don't you take your little failure, roll it up sideways, and okay, crap, I gotta go.
Okay.
Screw you though.
Yeah. Expiration
Alright,
date
the
is a
bets
really
are
good short.
set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, I'm feeling pretty hungry. If only there was some sort of amazing service that sent a
doing the
box
Carl.
full of food and recipes
Yep.
straight to my door. Oh, hey!
You know how it is.
All right,
Researching
well-
characters and making them fight to the death is
Once
time
this ends, we'll
consuming.
place
I
our
don't have
bets.
time to go to the store and make my own
Okay.
meals, but I also don't want to doom my existence to fast food sugar addiction. Thankfully, Blue Apron changed all of that. For less than $10 a meal, Blue Apron sends me seasonal recipes with pre-portioned ingredients to make delicious home-cooked meals. Each meal comes with an easy step-by-step recipe which can be prepared in 40 minutes or less. This chicken stir-fry only took about 20. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free, with free shipping, by going to blueapron.com/battle. See for yourself how good it feels and tastes to create impeccable home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. That's blueapron.com/battle.
But right now, it's time for a death battle!
All right, gentlemen. Pause it.
Okay.
Gentlemen, place your bets.
Because I have Boston Terriers, I'm going with the man from Boston.
Really?
All right.
Okay, that's a strange reason, but okay.
Picking Scout, huh?
I've played neither of these games.
Okay,
I mean,
I've played both.
Mm-hmm.
Trace. Okay,
I
I've ran into some deadly tracers online.
Mm-hmm.
I can go with Tracer because I like her accent.
Well, oh yeah, that English accent. Well, even though it's almost an overplayed English accent.
It really is.
It almost. I'm not gonna say Dick Van Dyke levels from Mary Poppins, but it's overplayed
No,
a bit.
it's definitely not Dick Van Dyke levels.
No,
I can-
that's
yeah.
way overplayed. But I will say this.
Also, cheers means thanks.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That one's been irritating me
Look,
for a while.
I'm from East Tennessee. I can't knock anyone's accent, so.
Well, you don't really have that much of an accent. No.
You remember the time that a friend of ours brought a couple of her college friends, and we were hanging out, and then suddenly that one guy shows up
Yeah, with like the most
with
like
the
redneck.
thickest accent,
Thickest Southern
and
accent.
suddenly,
It was like Kiss walked on stage or something.
yeah, they don't remember us; they remembered him.
Of course, it's because of that. It's because that accent, man. That accent is to some women is sexy as hell. I mean, honestly.
It was a hell of a thing. I tell you
Well,
what.
was a
okay.
thing.
Honestly, okay. I've ran into that. When I was going to school,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people thought, oh well, okay. I didn't really develop my way of talking until I was in like middle school, and it was really in high school where I started enunciating a whole lot more. When I was a kid, there's actually video of me as a kid, and I'm like, "Hey, Ma, hey, Dad, how you doing?" And yeah, I know. Could you imagine me talking like that?
Please no.
And okay. Anyway, when I was in middle school and high school, there were people who didn't know me. They asked if I was from like Ohio or Pennsylvania, and I'm like, no, man, I'm from. You see, here's the thing: whenever I'm not thinking, see, like right there, thinking. Whenever I'm not thinking properly, I slip into my accent. I slip back into my southern accent on accident. And it's just like, and I talk fast whenever I'm in that. I mean, I'm not Boomhauer. By any means.
Oh boy. Yeah, that'd be impressive.
But I'm just like this. I'm like, you know what, man? Let me ask you a question. See this right here? What the hell is this thing? I mean, is this like a remote or is it like a typepad thing for one of them computers or some shit? I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, fuck. Hey, can you figure that out?
I'm sorry, I started this.
No, it's fine, man. It's fine. But okay, in terms of who I pick,
I don't want your dang machine.
give it here, man. And give it here.
All right,
Hey,
all of you just need.
God dang it, man. Just stop it, all right?
Now listen here, all of y'all.
Oh, God. What the hell is that?
No, this is like you slip into refined Southern lawyer.
Y'all sitting here on the
All right, now.
Now I object, Your Honor.
Oh,
y'all
God.
sit-
It's like that
it's
chicken
like-
from
it's like-
Futurama.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
the joke.
Boss hog. Y'all.
Yeah.
Now, listen here, y'all. There's only one thing that you need to understand. And that, hold on, there's some bread.
Yep.
But, okay, as for who I pick, I've met some beast tracers in match play.
Mm-hmm.
But against against another tracer, I found that they pretty much cancel each other out.
All right.
Now, scouts, I've seen some scouts that, given their certain play style, they can beat almost anybody. I've seen that, and it's crazy. Maybe it's because more people have had time with Team Fortress 2.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think that's
that's
the
fair.
reason, but I don't know. But I've seen some beast tracers in Overwatch, and I've seen some beast scouts in Team Fortress 2. And honestly, I'm going to have to give slightest of advantages to the scout. Just because of the consistency and also the weaponry. Also the variation
got
of
a lot
weaponry.
more tech to play with.
Yeah, the variation of weaponry.
Yeah,
is
her pulse pistols don't seem very reliable if they're connected to her little fusion core thing.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
That seems like a bad idea. Is that all she has?
Yeah.
And the pulse grenade.
Oh,
That's
right,
really it. They're talking about adding more weapons in for different characters, but right now they've just stuck with their base weapons. But given all they've added into Team Fortress 2, I think Overwatch won't have any problem adding in new weapons.
Well, so here's my thinking though. Scout has a tendency to be a little bit overconfident and to think of himself as a ladies' man.
Bullheaded, yeah.
Now that last point is where I think we might run into trouble.
Okay.
However, I think Scout's got it if he can get his head out of his own butt. I think Scout's got it.
Okay. All right, man.
To be fair, Scout's idea of a pickup line is, hey, I got a bucket of chicken. You got a bucket of chicken. You want to do it?
That's literally it.
No,
That's
no.
what I've been doing wrong my whole
Seriously,
life.
that's his actual pickup line.
Hey, I got a bucket of chicken. You got a bucket of chicken. You want to do it?
Yeah.
Hold on, I
Yeah.
gotta text someone real fast.
It's like, hey, want to go get some chicken? And then do it? All right. So you're giving
I'm picking Scout.
So it's unanimous.
Provided he can get his head out of his own butt.
Okay, which
If Scout
we'll
can,
see.
Scout can beat the heavy, Scout can beat the spy. I got to pick Scout here.
Okay, so we're all going with Scout.
Let's do it.
All right, let's see what we got.
All right. Oh, my back, dummy. Jordan now throwing a second beating. Absolutely.
All right, asshole. You're toast. Whoa.
There it is.
Hey there.
Hiya, hot stuff.
Hello.
Here it is.
If I told you you had a great bod, would you hold it against me?
That's nice. I was just leaving.
Oh, sure thing. Come back anytime. Just put that briefcase back before you go. Thanks.
Okay, good.
Sorry, love. Overwatch needs this more than you do.
All right.
Here we go.
Yo, Putz, how you doing that?
Bombs away.
Get out of this, Scout.
Oh, that's just great.
Bonk!
Not even
go.
with it.
Supposedly, this stuff will liquefy your esophagus after just one can, but, you know, it's also very handy when you feel like not getting blown up.
That's not very fair.
Listen, sweetheart. I never play fair.
Well, it's a scout for you.
True.
Is that all?
Overabundance, over-reliance.
Bollocks.
At the plate.
Get the bricks, pal. You're done.
Hey,
And the rewind. Ooh.
All right, doll. Fun's over.
Not yet, mate. The cavalry's there.
ever get to see them as deja vu?
Shit.
All right.
Hold the game.
Scout has to use most of the tech.
Not this time, Yankee.
Oh, come on. Give me a...
Well,
Well, that was fun.
Damn, we all
And
lost.
he's out!
hey,
Scout
Archimedes.
was fast and tough, but Tracer's unique arsenal and evasiveness pulled her ahead.
Scout's greatest feat was potentially surviving an assault from 3 rockets at once. However, the rocket's point of impact is never directly shown, and since direct hits from rockets regularly obliterate far tougher mercs, it's unreasonable to assume this was any different.
Scout could sprint up to 17 miles an hour for an extended period of time, which is slightly faster than the average human's 15 miles per hour. But Tracer's natural reactive instinct gave her the edge. For example, avoiding that sniper round from 30 feet away means she can react 25 times faster than the vast majority of other human beings.
Which means Tracer could avoid almost anything Scout threw at her. Even when she couldn't, her recall ability not only helped her survive, but effectively ruined any of Scout's elements of surprise.
This allowed Tracer plenty of opportunities to take him out.
And just like that, Scout was gone, without a trace.
The winner is Tracer.
Oh, well.
Next time on Death Battle.
Ken.
Oh, yeah.
We were told about this.
Yep. Ken Masters versus Terry Bogard.
If that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Is it?
Pretty sure. That's
Okay.
gonna be a hell of a match,
If that's what it is, dude, that's gonna be awesome.
dude. Yes.
Okay.
Not terribly shocked by their assessment because I mean, hyper advanced time bending technology.
That's one thing. But the over reliance on it, I figured would
Right.
come back to bite Tracer.
Yeah.
That's what I figured it would. But and I figured that'd be enough for Scout to take care of business. But
The thing about it, though, my understanding of how it's explained is she doesn't warp. It's not like a teleportation. It just advances her in time. So
Yeah.
it's like time stops for us. So she's running at her own speed, but we perceive it as a blip.
Yeah.
So she is that super athletic that she is literally like jumping like those feats and kicking in the air and like then like tumbling around and like, because the way they always show it, like it is teleportation. Because she was like kicking him in there down, then would zip around and like hit him again.
Yeah.
That was totally teleportation because you can't just change your trajectory in the air generally.
This is true.
Does she have like superhuman agility? Is that a thing, or like does the suit have that? Or
I don't think the suit actually
no,
has that.
no, I don't think so. I think the suit pretty much provides minimum armor.
Okay.
It's just like the scouts get up.
Gotcha.
It's minimum armor, and it's mainly used for her to be light. Light as a feather.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So what you're saying is her depiction.
I'm saying
is not,
it is teleportation.
like her depiction is not consistent with what they said. Is what you're saying.
I'm saying it's teleportation.
Okay.
Because for her to do the thing she did, it has to teleport her.
It has to
Yeah.
teleport her and
Just
change her
time
trajectory, and also change how she's moving because.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the scout was consistent. He didn't really use his double jump, and his double jump really isn't that impressive compared to that
He
stuff.
he didn't use his double jump. He didn't use any of his other tech. So, for example, the winger pistol didn't use the Sandman. He didn't use any of his other tech.
Yeah, I think okay. I think maybe this would because of the level of discontent I'm seeing in the likes and dislikes. There are a lot of dislikes. I think a lot of people agree with you that Scout did not use his full tech.
Yeah, like the fact of the matter is they listed off all of his weapons, and not even all of his weapons. They listed off some of his weapons.
Well, it's just like we were talking. We thought his unique arsenal, and they said that Tracer's arsenal is unique. She has the pistols and the pulse grenade.
But that's really that's all she's got.
Yeah, for now. I mean, they may add stuff in later, but that's then. This is now. I mean, okay.
I'm going to pull this up because there's
a
lot of tech here.
But I am curious. I was a little confused because my understanding of how Tracer's time displacement powers worked wouldn't allow her to do some of that stuff. I didn't know like if you could do crazy aerial stuff in Overwatch.
Well, no, you can't.
Like
Well, in gameplay, no. In gameplay, no. You just leap forward.
Right.
You don't do stuff like that.
So it's within the pretty much what they said is you're just basically advancing forward in time. It's like a little blip.
Yeah. You don't. You see, you can jump. You can jump and you use your momentum to advance forward and jump a little bit higher. But that's basically it.
Yeah. Okay.
And but other than that,
because I feel like they did play it as more teleportation abilities than
I did
blinking.
too. I did too. So
which does change things. I mean,
it does. It does. And
so let's see. So we've got I mean, there's a lot of stuff here, especially for one, the Mad Milk. So it's essentially like radioactive milk. You nail somebody with it, not unlike Girardi.
Okay.
And any damage you deal to them, you heal some of it. Which is useful.
I feel like
also he didn't use the baseball. He didn't use the baseball to stun
thing.
Scout. And they mentioned it.
If she can dodge a sniper round, she's going to be able to dodge a knocked ball or a thrown milk jar.
Yeah.
Those are much slower than.
Not if her. Well, honestly, not if her chess piece isn't working.
Well, that's true.
Right. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he did. Yeah.
And her chess piece was off for a good time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And well, it's their show.
Also,
I mean, it's still an enjoyable match.
Very.
Another factor is the annoyance factor from Scout. For example, Scout has a weapon that is essentially a piece of fish wrapped up in a newspaper.
Fish!
Yeah, the holy mackerel.
That's good.
Its main effect, when you hit somebody with it, it does damage like the baseball bat, except that in the kill feed, it pops up fish hit, fish hit, fish hit, every time you hit somebody with it. It is primarily annoyance factor.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Which I think is pretty important.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yep.
So, guys, I think they'll have to come back to this because
I think they're pretty much guaranteed to have to come back.
I mean,
It's-
I thought it was pretty enjoyable.
I did too.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. Though,
It was very enjoyable.
they're gonna come back to it, and it's probably gonna be the same result because I mean, Tracer's only gonna get more weapons because it's a brand new game, and I mean, how much are they gonna do unless like TF3 comes out?
Yeah, it's true.
Well, a lot of people say Overwatch is TF3.
Well,
Yeah.
because Valve can't seem to count to 3.
It's true.
So, guys, I'm not upset, like overly upset, but I am just a little bit. I'm a little bit off kilter about
well,
some things.
you've got at least 19,967 people that agree with you. So
Yeah.
Well, honestly, this is going to be debated forever because these two characters are very well loved and they have huge fandoms,
Oh, yeah.
just like Goku and Superman.
Yep.
And honestly, it's not up to us. It's not really up to us who would win or anything like that. They're the ones that produce this. They're the ones who do the research.
I mean, they always do a really good job. Even
They
if,
always
even
do.
if you disagree with the result.
Yeah.
They always make the case really well.
Yeah, which honestly,
And it's like
I'm
we can't get too upset because I mean
No.
it's like Tracer and Scout. They're just they're just characters.
yeah,
in
they're
games.
characters,
I mean,
and you have fun. You have fun with them.
I thought this was pretty fun though. I mean, I don't really have as much of a dog in this fight though. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of Renegades React. This was Tracer versus Scout, a death battle, Overwatch versus Team Fortress 2.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, guys, this was interesting. We'll have to see if they come back to this. I mean, what do you all think? Do you think that they'll come back to Sorry, excuse me. Do you think they'll come back to this? I think so. I think that
they're
they'll
almost gonna have to.
Yeah, so we'll have that to look forward to. We'll have to see what happens.
Yep.
But we feel like we should also say if you wish to check this out, there's a link to it in the original video in the description down below.
Mhm.
Also, fun little factoid. We also have our Patreon, which just launched. So if you wish to check that out, support us for our other endeavors as well. Like Micah's channel, Micah Makes, and Ben's channel, whatever he decides to do. And also funding us on to go to conventions and taking road ventures, just providing more and more content for you all because that's what we love doing. But anyway, also, if you have anything you wish to send us, we also have a P.O. box, so you can check that out as well. Also, thanks for tuning in, guys, and we hope that you liked what you saw here. If you agree with what happened with this, let us know in the comments. Also, let us know if you don't agree with it, like we do in some regards. But until then, that's gonna do it. Signing off for the Renegades, I'm Nate.
I'm Ben.
Micah.
And we will see you later. Peace out.